Episode 7. Off to the Land of Cats. Mio and Gomgom returned to the forest with Cow and Boo Boo. A gentle breeze swayed the branches, and birds sang happily in the trees. But Boo Boo and Cow hesitated, watching each other closely. It was Boo Boo who found the courage first. "Cow, I'm sorry," Boo Boo said. "I was so envious that you live with your family. That's why I said we should stop being friends." Cow shook his head gently. "I'm sorry too, Boo Boo. You're an owl who likes quiet days, but I kept nagging you to spend time with family. I'm sorry I didn't understand you." With their misunderstandings cleared up, Cow and Boo Boo hugged each other tightly. Watching Cow and Boo Boo make up, Gomgom spoke quietly to Mio. "Mio, I'm sorry. I knew how important family is to you, but I lied because I was afraid that if you found your family, I'd be left all alone again." "Gomgom," Mio said firmly, "even if I find my family, you'll always be my friend. We're not going to be separated." "Mio, let's go together and find your family," Gomgom said reassuringly. "Really? You mean together?" Mio's eyes grew as round as the full moon. "Of course. I'm your friend," Gomgom said. "Thank you, Gomgom. If I'm with you, I'm not scared at all." Mio cried happily and leapt straight into Gomgom's arms. Just then, Cow and Boo Boo walked over. "Gomgom, thank you so much for saving us," Boo Boo said with a bow. "Come home with us," Cow said excitedly. "You saved my dear friend, so you're both part of our family now." Gomgom shook his head gently. "Thank you, Cow, but we have to go find Mio's mom." Hearing that, Cow stared closely at Mio's face and tilted his head. "Wait a second. Mio? A little gray-striped kitten named Mio. That sounds familiar. What was it?" Cow tapped his head with his black wing, searching his memory. "Oh, I remember now. Is your mom's name Dodo?" "Yes, my mom is Dodo. How do you know my mom?" Mio's eyes grew wide. Gomgom looked at Cow in surprise too. "Your mom wandered through the village and the forest with an injured leg, searching for you. She asked every animal she met, 'Have you seen a little gray-striped kitten named Mio?'" Mio felt a pang in his chest. "So, Mom kept looking for me." "She did, but her leg grew worse and worse, and she couldn't stay in the forest anymore." Looking straight at Mio, Cow shared the most important part. "When she left, your mom asked all the animals for a favor. She said she would be waiting in the land of cats, and that if anyone met you, they should tell you to come find her." Missing his mom more than ever, Mio finally let out the tears he had been holding back. "Cow, do you know where the land of cats is?" Gomgom asked. "Yes, Mio's mom said it's beyond the river, on the Great Mountain." "The Great Mountain? The one with Echo Valley?" Gomgom asked, surprised. "So you know the mountain," Cow said. "My papa lives in Echo Valley," Gomgom replied, his voice filled with longing. "At the very top of that mountain," Cow said, "the biggest tree of all is the entrance to the land of cats." "The biggest tree in the world," Mio repeated softly, wiping away his tears. "Mio, are you ready?" Gomgom asked with a bright smile, holding out his hand. "Let's go to the land of cats," Mio shouted bravely, taking Gomgom's hand. After saying goodbye to Cow and Boo Boo, Mio and Gomgom set off on a new adventure, heading for the land of cats to find Mio's mom, Dodo. After walking through the forest for a long while, a huge river blocked their path. The river roared loudly. Swollen by the rain, the water rushed past, making a frightening sound. "Wow, that river is huge," Mio cried out in surprise. "You're right. This won't be easy to cross." Gomgom said, staring at the rushing water deep in thought. Beyond the river stood the great mountain Cow had told them about, but the river was too wide and the current too strong. There seemed to be no way across. Just then, "Mom, please save my mom!" A desperate cry from a baby otter rang out from somewhere. Mio and Gomgom turned toward the sound. In the middle of the river, on a sharp rock sticking up from the water, a baby otter stood trembling. Below, in the churning water, the mother otter struggled to stay afloat. It seemed she had exhausted all her strength pushing her baby up onto the rock. Caught by the fierce current, the mother otter began to drift away. "Oh no! The mama otter is being swept away!" Mio cried out and was about to jump into the river. But Gomgom quickly stepped in front of him and spoke firmly. "No, Mio. If you rush into the water to save someone who's drowning, you'll both be in danger. That's a very important rescue rule." "Then what do we do?" Mio shouted anxiously. "We need a rope," Gomgom said, his mind already whirring. Mio looked around and spotted the tallest oak tree in the forest. A thick vine was wrapped tightly around it, stretching all the way to the top. Just then, a squirrel cracking acorns on a branch caught Mio's eye. "Mr. Squirrel, can you cut that vine? We need to save the mama otter," Mio called out. "I can do it," the squirrel replied. With his sharp teeth, he began gnawing through the tough vine. A moment later, the thick vine snapped and came tumbling down toward Mio and Gomgom. "Thank you." Mio waved his paw, and the squirrel waved back, his tail swishing gently. Gomgom quickly tied one end of the vine securely to a willow tree by the riverbank. Then, he wrapped the other end tightly around his waist. "Gomgom, that's dangerous for you too," Mio said worriedly. "I once learned about rescue safety with my papa," Gomgom replied, "and I'm big and strong enough to withstand the rushing water. Mio, you stay here and make sure the rope tied to the tree doesn't come loose. Okay?" he said in a steady voice. Mio nodded. "Be careful, Gomgom." Without a moment's hesitation, Gomgom leapt straight into the raging river.